Good afternoon, everybody. Tom Coleman here with you. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. And I'm here with my partner, Dustin Slade. Dustin?
Morning, morning.
And our
Good
special,
morning.
our special guest, Meloney Hall. Hey,
Hey,
Meloney, how are you?
hey. I'm good, Tom. Hey, Dustin.
Good
And
morning. Good morning.
you had some great news for us this morning, I think, right? You're starting your first treatment?
Oh, I'm going down. Taking the dive, as they call it. They go down and do the hyperbaric treatments for these, repairing the nerve, repairing the brain damage that I've got.
Can I go too? I have some.
Yeah,
I think lots of people could get in on that.
right.
Oh,
Well,
goodness.
best of luck with that today. You got to end up doing like 40 of them, right? Something like
Yeah. Well, hopefully not. She said I could feel results in one treatment, so we're going for one
Really?
treatment. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man,
So that's what we're hoping for.
yeah, that'd be great. That would be fantastic. Cool.
I'll take some pictures and tweet them out. It'll be perfect for today's show here.
That'll work. That'll work. Okay. So let's see. What is the? Let me go to the chat. There's that. Cool. So let's see. Have you done, Dustin? Have you used the Do Share? Do you use that?
No, I haven't used that one yet.
Okay. I've used it. I do have a link on the in the everybody go take a look at the document. It's the show document, and there's a link down at the bottom. Go in and take a look at that, and there's a link to the videos that goes to a Google presentation, and I've put 2 videos on how to use DoShare on that presentation. So if you want to see how to do that, hit that link in the document and go take a look at it. But we also in the document there the tips that we're going to talk about today are listed in here, and you can click on those links and it will actually take you to the documents and you can follow along, and you can also ask questions. This is a Q&A deal, so we welcome your questions. Just type them in and that's going, and we'll be able to pull that out and hopefully answer your question, and so we look forward to being able to do that with you. And what we're talking about, the Google Plus effect to improve your Twitter experience. So let me go take a look at that. And Dustin, if you want to kind of go and pull that up, we may end up doing a screen share on it, possibly.
Document there.
Yeah, it's the
I got the document. You want me to screen share now?
No, don't screen share yet. Just let's go in and take a look at it. Because Twitter and Google Plus, pretty much, in my opinion, go hand in hand. You can do a lot of things between Twitter and Google Plus, and I just want to go in here and review this a little bit and see what we've got.
Down my thing here, make the hips, give a long torso.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
What's that? I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. I heard somebody, and I was kind of.
I was wondering where that was coming from.
I think I know somebody in the other room.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Let's see.
Hashtag don't do that.
Chopsticks.
Okay. Basically, his position, Rick's position on this is that everybody on Google, of course, everybody on any platform agrees that it's the best platform, more socially engaging, and of course on Google Plus, one of the neat things about it. And I'm sure, Dustin, you can share some stories on this, and Meloney, you can too. But you know, you can have long posts and extended posts, and you can meet people and talk to people and engage with people and ask questions and meet people on Hangouts. And so there's lots of different ways to engage people on Google Plus. And I love Google Plus, so I tend to think it's a wonderful thing. But Dustin, I mean, you're tremendously active on Facebook, and you've got tons and tons and tons of followers over there. And I know you love that medium because you do very well on Facebook. Where I know when I first started out on Facebook, I almost got banned. So
I've been thrown in Facebook jail before too. You know,
yeah.
I think as you start out, you probably wind up getting in that problem there once or twice, but it happens. Yeah.
Yeah, but you stuck with it and have done very well with it. So I mean, that's more power to you, my man. That's a experience everybody should have. But people get banned on it too. People getting banned on YouTube too. But what he's talking about
on YouTube. I had a friend who had just 2 videos he put out 2 months ago.
Yep.
You send him a notice, he's shut down for his 2 videos. So you better really watch your, content, what you're putting out on there. It's happening to a lot of people I know.
Well, I mean, I had one of the videos that I had that was pulled off my main account was how to set up your own attraction marketing system. And it was an innocuous video as far as I knew. And they pulled that one, and they pulled one other one just like kind of similar to that. And I've still got the channel open, but I can't actually broadcast for 6 months. That I can't do HOAs on it or anything, or live broadcast or anything like that. So I'm having to do this broadcast through a different channel. And then
6 months is a good penalty. I mean, that can affect your business. So.
Well, I mean,
cues on that, and in a lot of cases, he's just like, I have no idea what I did in the terms there, but.
Oh, that's really awful, because how can you correct the problem if you don't know what it is?
Right.
Well,
like Mark Harbert, he's just like, why did I get shut down? And same deal,
It happens. So you just got to be really careful with stuff. But that's one of the things.
A new Gmail account.
Yep.
And you'll have a new YouTube account.
Yep.
Have you run into anything like that, Tom, where you need to use different names or different email accounts, or?
Well, I've got a different email account that I've got with Google Plus, but it's in my name. So that's what we're running this on.
I'm just saying, sometimes when I set up other Gmail accounts, I'll set them up to like my domain Gmail, my domain email, like Dustin@DustinSlade.com versus Dustin at Hotmail. That one might get used out. So
well,
you have to use
go ahead.
Email to create a different Gmail account, so that will create you your whole Google Plus profile and YouTube account and all these different things. In the event you get shut down, And also on that same note, I'm getting a little sidetracked here, but as you go on your YouTube videos, as you make them, make sure you go back into your video editor and download them so that you have them to your hard drive. In the event you get shut down or a video gets turned off, go to Vimeo or one of the other video hosting ones. I've been using one called archive.org.
How's that working out for you?
It's nice because you can do audio files, you can do video files, you can do documents, you can do all kinds of different stuff, and it's another platform hosting. That's just another cool freebie. But make sure you download your videos, your MP4s, and so you've got them, and then that you get shut down, you can upload them somewhere else, or But I told my buddy of mine is you might have a hater.
Well, yeah, I think something like that happened to me, possibly, but who knows, man? But as soon as that happened to me, the first thing I do is I downloaded all my channels things, and I do download those because I'm actually expecting sometime before the 6 months is out that they'll shut down that channel, even though I'm not even doing videos to it right now. So.
Wow.
I'll ask them. I go into the academy tomorrow.
Cool.
Sorry to get sidetracked there.
That's okay.
But that's something
Yeah,
that's happening to people, and you can work around that. Just open a new account and be a little bit more stringent on what you're doing out there, so you don't get any slaps on the wrist of 6 months. That's a big slap.
it is. And the other thing about it, I could have contested it, but if they do a manual review of you contesting it, then you can't contest it anymore for the whole 6 months. So, I mean, they got you kind of coming and going. So I just figured, yeah, we'll give it 6 months and see if I've still got it at the end of 6 months. In the meantime, I'm using a different account. So, but it's just a shame.
You do a lot of work, get things ranked, and people engaging, and then if someone has an issue, you get shut down.
Well,
you have to work around it.
Yeah, the whole thing about Google Plus or YouTube is right now, and I think you'll find this in the Academy thing that you're going through, because they're talking about it a lot. Is they want to keep everybody on YouTube. So, and I'm seeing some of the creators, they've got a format where they've got the main channel, and then they've got 3 other YouTube videos that they've created down at the bottom of that as a display when it gets to the end, or they've got them over on the side of it. So I don't know if, Dustin, you know how to do that. You're pretty big on YouTube too, bigger than I am anyway. So
the playlists and the annotations are huge,
Well, this is the presentation, the format, the screen that you're on, that you're looking at it.
Yeah, the widescreen or
they're coming up. They're coming up with you just click on the next show in the line. It's kind of like a capture page. You know how everybody's capture pages are coming out now, where they've got 4 videos on it. So it's kind of one of those deals, but it looks like it's within YouTube, and that's a YouTube creator that I follow that does that. So that's pretty interesting. So it just keeps you on YouTube longer.
Feeds you more content. They think you'll want to stay on there, and videos. One tip, if you haven't already done this, put the play video on the little cogwheel and click it to 1.25 or 1.75 or 2 if the person talks really slow. You'll get through a video a lot quicker.
That's a great tip.
Adjust the speed, and it'll maybe talking a little faster, but they'll get through the boring parts of the video, and you can slow it back down to the important parts and put it at the regular speed. Time saver tip.
Yeah.
Bingo. Yeah, going through it quicker is always a time saver. So, one of the things that you can use with Google Plus, there's a lot of content on Google Plus, and you can take that, and when you're sharing, one of the things about being on social media, people love to share good things with their audience, and you can have an awful lot of good content that shows up on Google Plus, and if you're on Twitter too, you can share that, and a lot of that your people will be interested in. There's a lot of Twitter information on Google Plus. There's a lot of Facebook information. There's a lot of Google Plus information. There's information on any, health and wellness. I mean, just about anything that you want that people have an interest in general. There are communities in Google Plus where people can get specific on that topic and dig into it, and then if your Twitter channel is in that range and on that topic, and you're building a following on that topic, then you can do your own content into that, and you can also share a lot of the community stuff that you're getting in Google on Twitter too, and back and forth. And of course, Twubs goes into that, and you can have. I mean, there's just tremendous ways that you can use Google Plus and Twitter together to engage with new people and to put information out to your community that people are following you for. So, I mean, Dustin, you're on Twitter. So how's that? How are you working
Twitter's
that?
been really popping off for me since I've been using. I've been using more of Instagram to post my images to Facebook and to Twitter. So
Yep.
that's been kind of my main focus from there, just to save a little bit of time and post this 6 mediums at once. I'll use that Instagram, and for me, it's I post what I like to see. So if it's not an image, I run through stuff and I'll just pass links by if it's not something that's engaging content or interesting image or something there. So I always try and put something out that's a little bit fun or interesting or might want to make you look closer kind of thing. And boy, that Instagram is growing on me.
Cool. Well, yeah, you can share to a lot of, you're using that as a distribution channel too, in addition to a content channel, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, it is, that's all visual, and that's tied into Facebook, and Twitter's getting more visual too, and Google Plus has always been visual with its auto awesome and the all
animated
the
GIFs.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and you do a lot of animated stuff. Can you do animations on in Instagram?
No,
Okay.
they won't go through. Tumblr will do animations there. So you can use Tumblr to post, and Google Plus is the main 2 ones that I know. But main social media that people use. I think Reddit does too. I barely use that one.
Gotcha. Well, getting back to Twitter, one of the things that one of the ways that you build up on Twitter is you can use there's a lot of different search programs that are out there. There's a lot of different and we've touched on some of these things in some of the previous shows that we've done, but there's a lot of different things that you can do on Twitter to search out specific niches that you want to interact with, that you're doing business in, and you follow people, and they tend to follow you back. So
that's a great point. You should pause on that. Is when someone follows you on Instagram or Twitter or Google Plus or anything, just the thing that a lot of people don't know is you're supposed to follow them back, and not supposed to, but if you want to engage with these people and use them as leads, well, follow them back. It's the first step.
Well, and the other thing is, what you just want to do is just make relationships with people. Just say hello, how are you, and just chat with them like you would around a cocktail table or stuff. So it's you're just out there making friends and things like that, and people will follow you, and you'll get interested, and you'll make relationships with people, and you'll be amazed at how many relationships you can make every day and over time, and it builds up, and things just kind of spread exponentially from there. So it's
that's actually a gold nugget right there. Is if you can each day make it your goal to make 5 people to connect with, 10 people to connect with, and just make those new relationships and see where they can go from there. That if you do that in a month, that's a lot of people.
Oh, absolutely. And if you can help people out, it's even better. So that's one of the things that we're trying to do with this show is just help people, because Google Plus is a great place to be. It's a great place to get organic traffic, and if you just use it to meet people and to grow your
audience,
grow your audience, your friends, and put content out there. And one of the things that you were saying about is the visual stuff on. It's Twitter is going to that in a big way. If you look down any stream that you've got if you look down any Discover stream in Twitter, if you just kind of roll through that, you'll see things that just pop out at you, and they're almost always pictures. And some of the pictures are just stunning on that. And of course, Google Plus is a photographer's dream. And you've got all kinds of
high quality pictures, not just weak quality uploads, but HD quality pictures. It takes it to another level,
Yep, and then you can take that out and share it on Twitter and talk to people and meet people, and you can where you can find people on Google Plus and reach just about anybody, the same is also true on Twitter. And there's ways to do that. So
Yeah, one of the ways that I do once in a great while, probably about once a month, I'll use my Twitter and I'll put in my Google account, my Google name, and I'll say, I'm a G pluser, are you? And then I usually get a lot of, because people say, oh wow, I didn't know that. So you can discover new G plusers that way.
Genius. I like it. Genius.
And it's just real simple
throw
words,
it out there.
Just say,
People
I'm a
even
G
know what
pluser.
that G plus is. Yeah.
Yeah, and if they don't know what a G pluser is, then they can click and find out.
Okay. Tammy just said she's bummed. She's going to miss this one. And she knows it's on photo sharing, and no Meloney Hall will give some great information on that. And of course, that is one of Tammy's hot topics. So
yeah, there was a big discussion last week on when you do share photos to give the proper credit, so that it's not assumed that you are the creator or producer. Yeah.
Great tip. Great tip.
It can save you money too, because you can be sued over it. So be smart.
Yeah, and there's actually been people on Google Plus that were taking watermarks, from what I understand, taking watermarks over photographs and sharing them out and having people thinking it was theirs, and they got banned forever, from what I understand. So that was a good thing.
Wow.
But okay, so does anybody have any questions about Google Plus and Twitter out in the audience there? Let's see. We getting any?
I was pulling up some stuff on the best times to tweet. So do you have some info on that?
That's the way I feel about that. It depends on when your audience is online. And now Twitter has a great dashboard where you can go see what your engagement is. I mean, it's like Google Analytics. It's an analytics dashboard, and you can go take a look at that. But there's a lot of different things, like Buffer gives you some of that information. There's a lot of different programs that you can go look at that tells you when your audience is out there and when some of the best times to tweet are. And I think in general, it's like everything else. My personal opinion, and that's all I can give you, is, and you all may have a different experience to this than I do, but I think that it depends on what your habits are with getting stuff out and how you're building your audience up. And I think in general, they're kind of the times that are available are kind of there, but I think it's more specific on what you're doing on a daily basis and when your audience is out there. And if you're doing things on a regular basis that have a schedule to them, and you're posting with schedules and doing certain things like that, then you'll see that people will start following you and look for those different posts if they're liking what you're doing. So that's kind of my take on it. And Dustin, you may have a different take on it. Meloney, you may have a different take on it. So if y'all want to share what your take on that is, I'd love to hear it.
Well, my take has always been, I continue to do this, is I'm very aware of the industry that I'm trying to reach, not just the audience, because if you have an audience that is too varied, so if you are following dog watchers and whale watchers and petroleum industries, I mean, if you're like all scattered, then you really can't, then the suggestion of when your audience is there is skewed, because then it's just all scattered. But what I do is I focus on the media. The industry. So like, for instance, what I advise people to do, if they are in the healthcare industry, then they should post right before the shift of the healthcare industry. Like, I used to work at a hospital, so the shift was from 7 to 3, and then 3 to 11, it went like that. So if I were in the healthcare industry and I wanted to make sure nurses or anybody in that industry was going to see my tweets relative to that industry, I would tweet half hour before I knew they clocked in, and half hour after they clocked out, and I would tweet when I figured their lunchtime was, and I would do that for the different time zones, and that always works for me. So I really listen to the industry.
That's a good point, but also in addition to that, though, it's not just people that work in hospitals or work in shift work like that in hospital situations. Health and wellness is a huge niche, and there's all kinds of people in that niche.
Right,
and if you're focusing on like health and wellness, or are you focusing on nurses?
Yeah. So yes, there's a difference. So you can have a just like you have a category, you have the subcategory. So you have healthcare. So if you have healthcare, then you can have, if you're an expert in radiology, then you should focus on what the industry of radiology, when they're most likely to look, because people don't look at their devices when they're supposed to be working. Usually it's right before they get there, and during lunch at some point, when there's a break, and when they are on the way home.
I have never seen a worker use their phone to do Facebook, ever. Anyway, never seen that.
You never have?
No, that's a great tip. You got to find out when they're going to be looking.
Yeah.
I tell you, my sister is a Facebook phenomenon, and which I am not, of course. But I tell you, she knows her her people, and she knows, like, if it's 10 o'clock in their time zone, that they will be on their device. So, and we need to follow that same industry. The same industry. So, like, if you worked the night shift, and you were, like, say you were a security guard, and you worked that graveyard shift, and you wanted to talk about those issues in your tweets, then that would be your industry that you would focus on during those times, rather than shotgunning it out and hoping that someone reads what you put there.
Well, what you're saying is, and what I hear you saying, and correct me if I'm mistaken, but what you want to do is you want to, the more focused you can be on your target and your experience, the greater impact that you're going to have.
Yes, per the industry, rather than, it's good that people know that, yeah, you have a hobby and you're woodworking, but if your industry is in healthcare and you are like a nurse or radiologist, and people want to know the latest thing that you know about it, then don't do so much of the woodworking one. Stick with your niche, your expertise.
Right. Exactly. It's all about the focus. So I totally agree with that. Dustin, what do you want to? You want to add something?
I agree with that. I was just looking through to share some of the images. There's some cool, like, pictures of when's the best time to post on Twitter, on Facebook, and when are the people most engaged. Don't post at commuting times. Don't post at dinner times. Things where people normally aren't with their phone. What's seeming to be is everyone has, like, an attachment to themselves that is this thing during dinner, during work time. So. Are you guys familiar with how to turn that on here, or do I have to download that, the photo showing app? I think I have to download it. I'm looking through the Q&A, though. Mo Millis has got a couple questions here.
Oh, cool. Hey, Mo, how are you, buddy?
Yeah.
Let's see. Can you pull one out?
He's got two. The first one was talking about editing YouTube videos that he had purchased and got a warning.
Yep.
I've never messed with that before. I haven't purchased any videos ever, so I can't speak to that. But I'm sure they might want to make sure that the content's yours. So can you speak to that, you guys?
Run the question by again.
It says, I loaded a few clips I purchased to edit on YouTube last week, and I got a warning.
Oh yeah, that's a what? Yeah, anytime you want to use if you're shooting a YouTube video and you have a radio on in the background. I mean, that's and that gets picked up on your shoot. Then Google can be sued for that, and they will pull that down. They will shut you down in a heartbeat. And it's the same kind of thing. Just because you have purchased something, that doesn't necessarily give you commercial rights to to share that. So if you don't have, does that I don't know if I'm being real.
Yeah, you're using a copyright infringement by having some of that in the background. So
and if go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I was going to say there's different licensing. So you can buy stock, but it may not be royalty free. And even if it's royalty free, it has to be permissible for commercial use.
Right.
So it is really, you really have to dive deep into what you're getting. Like the other day, last week, I purchased a graphic, animation thing from pond5.com. And I had to make sure that it was totally free for, free for me to, I bought it, but that I have permission to commercially use it because I monetize some of my videos. And so that's been up for like a week now, and I hadn't gotten anything, but I am very, very careful of my licensing.
Yeah, and you absolutely have to be, because if it is not absolutely clear, they'll pull everything off first and ask questions later, if they even ask questions. So, basically, you want to stay away from anything that is not your content or is specifically purchased with a commercial license to republish it. And that you can produce that too if they ask you about it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they will ask you about that.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's any question there at all, they yank first and ask questions later because they don't want to be sued, and they can be sued. So you got to be real careful with that. Does that kind of answer that a little bit, Mo?
We've got another question here about using vines, and how can it be used for marketing on Twitter and GooglePlus? Doesn't seem that worthy of a tool. Do you guys use Vine very much?
Well, I've used it a little bit, but you may know more about this than I do, Dustin, and Meloney, you may too. But Vine is a very robust sharing place, and people are doing all kinds of stuff with it, and there are lots and lots and lots of very popular 6-second vines out there, and people are doing some amazing things with it. So you can absolutely use that, but it's kind of like anything else. You got to get good at it. You got to use it on a regular basis, and you got to attract an audience to it. So you have to build an audience. Yep. Yeah, you can't just put one vine out there and expect things to go great for you. It's just not going to happen that way. But Vine is a great thing, and Instagram's a great thing too. So
I think Instagram is rivaling Vine. Sorry, Tom, but because of the fact that it's allowing you to post a video, and now Twitter's allowing you to post a video. So it's just like, I use the program OnlyWire that submits to 50 different social medias. There's a population that use Dig. I don't even know barely what Dig is or what it does, but I post to it there. It's another internet real estate place that you can have. If you can do a cool video in 6 seconds, use Vine. Otherwise, I'd stick with Instagram and Twitter that are a little bit heavier on that, and that'll you can integrate some of that into sharing with Vine and stuff like that.
Well, I'm not sure who's got the lead right now. Vine did have it, and then Instagram was really coming on, and they may. I haven't seen the stats on it lately. So, but Vine and Instagram both are tremendous programs, and I think people are experiencing tremendous success with both of those programs. It's kind of like anything else. It just depends on how good you get at it and how do you do it daily over time? You know, and it's that type of thing. So
when I was at No Excuses 5 there was a guy I met, Kylo. I don't know if you've seen him on anything. He's humongous on Facebook, and one of the things that I just asked him, how'd you get so big? When he does a post-page engagement, or just a post or a picture, or, write his thoughts or something there, he'll get anywhere from 150 comments to, 350 comments and, 600 likes. Oh, man, how are you getting that kind of engagement? And, I just watched him during the day. We had lunch and sat behind him as he was there. It's just consistently on there. Every little thought, every little picture, every little thing. And just being real, being a real person, He's like, this was my lunch today. I went out of my way to go get McDonald's because I really wanted McDonald's today. Totally transparent. And, I mean, geez, if you get I've never gotten 150 comments on anything. I think about 30 is around my average max there. So be yourself, be consistent, and get on there, and you will start to find people that like your stuff.
Is that helpful? Hopefully that helps out a little bit, Mo. That was great, Dustin. Super. Does he have any other questions, or is that?
Not that I see on here. I'm looking how to add this photo app tool, and it's not letting me do it here. You guys know how to do that?
The photo app tool.
Once one of us finds it, it'll allow us to all add it. It's a photo sharing app on the Hangout. It'll let me pop up
on the Hangout.
Best time.
I'm going to go on mute a minute. I've got some lawn work out there, so I'm going to go silent.
Okay. So what are you trying to do, Dustin?
You know how you can do, you can use like the app on Google Hangout to share Google Drive, or
Yeah, so you're just looking for an app.
There's a photo sharing app that'll let you do that, and I'm trying to install it on here, and it's just not happy.
So did you click add apps?
No big deal. I can share the. I did. It's not in there. It must be like a private developer.
Okay.
What I want to share is some of the images off of the Buffer scientific guide to posting tweets, Facebook posts, emails, blog posts, and what's the best time for all that.
Okay. So
I can post a link instead of the images.
You want to do a screen share on it? Can you just go out there and find and then what we can do is on the document that we have, and there's a link to it in the properties. Just click on the document, and you can put a link to that in the resource document.
Okay.
But if you want to do a screen share, that'd be cool. And then you can talk about it, what you're talking about. So.
Is it coming up here?
Yep.
Okay. So this is, I put the link down here so you can see the link, but Buffer is something I know Tom and I use it. Do you use it, Meloney?
No, I'm not a Buffer person yet.
Oh, you like Hootsuite, that's right.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's very similar. Auto kind of place where you can do posts that you can set them up and post to several different medias at once. Buffer's great. It's just this article, you should take some time and go through here and look at it. What are the best days? What's the best time? I wanted to pull up something like this for Twitter. This is kind of interesting that Thursday is so popular for Twitter. I don't know what's happening on Thursday. People can't wait for the weekend here, but
well, typically Saturday and Sundays are real good on Twitter too.
These are
all the things show, but
real high as well.
And I tell you what, Buffer's information, their blog posts are fantastic. So absolutely follow them. They're always putting out really great content, and they put out, I mean, just all kinds of stuff that's just wonderful marketing content. So let me shut up and show, because I'm taking
what's nice on Buffer when you have it on the Google Chrome and you've got it up here in your browser. I don't know if you can see that in your browser. It's there, but whenever you roll over an image, it's got something like this share image, and it'll pull up your Buffer app. I've got these 5 accounts that are connected to my Buffer app. It'll automatically create a link that's friendly to social media here, whatever your link was, it automatically create a new link and puts in, oftentimes the content of whatever the post is, and then you can send it out right now. You can share it next in your line of queue of posts that you want to do, or you can go ahead and schedule it for a certain time.
Well, and you can also change the wording in there, so you can add
Yeah, you
descriptions
can
in
come
there.
up here
And I mean, you can change your headlines, make it a headline, and that link will already be shortened in there. And that's I mean, I love Buffer because of all that kind of stuff. You can just do all kinds of things with them. And that share button on pictures is something that's just come up fairly recently. So they're always innovating and bringing new stuff on. And it's just, I love that platform, and it's very easy to use. And I found Hootsuite a little bit more difficult to use, but Hootsuite, I think more people use that than anything else right now too. So it's just
similar.
It's just what you like.
Yep.
So.
While I'm on that sharing thing on the app here, and since you use this, let me ask you about this Clout, Tom. Are you using this Clout app to share anything here, or are you just sharing to your normal social medias?
No, as far as what Clout I use Clout in particular on Twitter, and there's a little app that you can pull, and I've got a video on it at my YouTube channel. It's one of the top 10 Twitter tools, and I'll use the Chrome browser, and what it does is it tells me when I'm on Twitter, it shows everybody's Clout score, and I use that. And Clout, I was using Clout for different stuff back in the day, but they changed a lot of that stuff around. And what you're talking about now is the content that they've got out on Clout. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, no, this is just a Chrome browser plugin, just like the Buffer plugin, where if I'm on a page that I want to share, I just click on the Clout Buffer app, and it'll create a post for me that I can just easily send out a post through Clout, and it'll share it right there. It'll automatically create a Clout link for me, so it's kind of like Buffer.
Yeah, it's just an app. I don't use it to share stuff on Clout with. I just use it to look at stuff with. But that's a great point. There's a lot of content that's getting shared on Clout now, and that's getting posted to Clout, and that people are distributing from Clout too. So that's a great. I just haven't used it for that, so that's a great tip.
They've got the new an app on your phone too now. It's the same thing. You can share it to Instagram, you can share it to Clout, you can share it to Facebook, all those things too. So it's a new app for your phone too. It's kind of cool. And it's getting towards the end of the hour here where I got to squeak out of here, but I have to send a lot of love to Meloney because I am in absolute love with another app, this Snagit.
Yes.
Oh my God! Can you guys see this?
Yep.
Snagit little app here. When you download it as an app, it doesn't give you the option to change your video settings. It just automatically captures the entire screen. So you have to download the program versus just the app. But I love this thing. You can take anywhere on your screen and either capture the image or capture the video, and it automatically goes through. I'm on the 15-day trial here, so I haven't unlocked the other features yet. But as far as recording a webinar on air and recording the system audio versus the mic audio, just thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
For that.
And we heard from a TechSmith person after last week's show.
Really?
Yeah, he commented.
How cool is that?
Yeah, his name is Kelly, and he corrected me on two things. He said, number one, Snagit is by TechSmith, and number two, Snagit does do some editing, not as big as Camtasia, but TechSmith also is the maker of Camtasia. So for some reason, I guess they found us on the show and corrected me in what I said.
Cool.
I love that thing. I've been looking for one good programmer like that for $50. Man, what What an awesome program. So thank
Well,
you.
you will go crazy with it now. It's so fun.
I will. I have a bigger library of stuff because I really like that thing.
Well, TechSmith is a wonderful company. They've got a lot of great products, and just go Google them. And some of them are free, and some of them cost a little bit, and some of them cost a little bit more. But all their products are great products that I've ever used. And I've used Camtasia, and I've used some of their other stuff too. So I like their products and stuff. So it's a great little company.
I'm glad they corrected me on those two things.
Yeah, me too. All right. Well, Dustin, you heading out? What time's your chamber visit?
That'll be at 3 p.m. today. So.
All right.
Well, listen. Dive is 3, they say.
Keep us posted on how it goes, man. Good luck with that. I hope it just knocks everything. I hope it makes it a lot better for you today. So that's
what I'm banking on. Yes.
You'll come out of the session, and you'll hear the cat screaming from 5 blocks away, probably. It'll get everything out.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
I like it. Well, thank you guys. I don't have any other gems for this week, but I think that was a great show. We did some really cool stuff.
Yeah, we didn't get through everything, but don't run off just yet. Can you write down the name of this software? So that's Gunnarsson. Do you know what he's talking about? What were we talking about?
Snagit, I bet.
Oh, okay.
Has one G. SNAGIT, not 2 G's.
If you would, Meloney, if you'll just put a link or some information to that on the document, the resource document, everything will be there. So everybody go check out that resource document, and because Dustin can add to it, and we finally got that figured out so that Dustin can add to it, and Meloney can add to it, and I can add to it, so we can all add to that thing. So that'll be getting added to over time. So check that out from time to time.
Very good.
Hey, Dustin, thanks a lot, man. You did some great tips today. Really enjoyed it, and always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much. Thank you, Meloney, and we'll see you next Tuesday at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Mountain Time, 12 Eastern. We'll see you there.
See you, bud.
Take care, Dustin.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Thanks.
All right. Yeehaw. Okay. So what else do we have? The clipping software. Gunner's saying the clipping software. Oh, that was Snagit. That's what Dustin was just showing you, Gunner. He downloaded it was Snagit, and that's from the TechSmith, and he was in the trial. That's from the TechSmith. It's a TechSmith product, and he was in it. He was in it. There's a certain number of days of trial, but that's what he was showing you on the screen. That was the Snagit program from TechSmith, and I'm not sure what the price of it is.
It's $49. Yeah, $49.
Okay, but there's a trial for it, so it's a great little product, but it's on TechSmith, TECH, and then SMITH. It's their website. So if you Google that, you'll find it, and they've got a list of programs that they provide, and you might want to check several of them out because they have some that are free, and they have some that are a little bit more expensive, like the Snagit, and then Camtasia is a wonderful product, and it comes in I think a little bit less than $300. So, and those are the kind of the ones that I'm familiar with. They may have some other ones now too. It's been a little bit since I've been over there and gotten stuff from them. So. I hope that helps you, my friend. All right, what time we got? 12:49. So we're kind of getting to the end. We were going to talk just real briefly about we've got how are you doing on time, Meloney? I've got about 5-6 minutes I can do here.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So if you want to, we can talk about the photo sharing. Tip 39, learn how to use images appropriately and legally. There's a lot of confusion, ignorance about the fair use of images on the web. So if you use images in your post, that's what this is all about. And you know, we were talking about GooglePlus, how important images are to that, you know, and so there's a, you know, like Canva and PicMonkey and things like that where you can do images and add them to your post and things like that. But it's real important that you're using stuff legally as opposed to illegally. So if you want to talk about that for a little bit, if you've got some stories you want to share on that, that'd be great.
Okay, there was, I would suggest if people are not connected to Tammy Cook or Michael Shuey, they were the ones that there was a huge, I think the post has over 100 or so comments. And it was, Tammy was reminding us of the consequences that can happen when you're not sharing the photos properly. And I had included a link about someone who got an $8,000 bill for sharing a photo on a blog post. And you know, there's laws for this, and people are either doing it intentionally or unintentionally, but ignorance does not protect you against when someone wants to slap a copyright infringement upon you. And one of the sources that I use is for all of my I use freedigitalphotos.net, and what my agreement is with them, so I can use it commercially, is I have to give them credit, and instead of crediting them with every single photo, the solution is I have a web page on my website that says, you know, behind the scenes, and it gives full credit because they require a link back to their site. So that is, you know, that is one of the ways you can contribute if you use one site specifically all the time. And I know this is going to be a very big concern for Tammy and Michael because they are right now building a whole library of new stock photos that, you know, so they are very heavily invested in making sure that people use the materials correctly. And it will, you do not want to be shut down or yanked or have a DMCA on you, which is where someone can report to Google. And like you mentioned earlier, Tom, Google and YouTube and all these other places, they will yank you first and then maybe ask you a question later.
Well, and one of the points, and people may not understand this. I mean, I know some people do things just because they don't know any better, and like Melanie said, that's really no excuse. But you know, contrary to popular belief, and this is what Rick Eliason is saying, crediting the originator with a link is not enough. It's a plagiarism issue, nothing to do with copyright. So just telling people who took the photo will not protect you if the author did not give you permission to use the image. Okay?
Especially if you're going to make money from that image. If you're going to sell, if you're going to put on an image,
I mean, it's period. If you're, it's not going to. If the author can come at you if it's his commercial. If it's his property and you're using it, even if you're giving him credit for it, that's not going to save you if he wants to come after you and sue you for using it without his permission. That's my point, and that is true. So go to the document if you want to find out more about that. Go to the resource document and take a look at that post and follow some of the links in that, and that'll give you additional information about that. But Melanie, what you just said about how you use what's the name of the program again? What's the name of the site again?
freedigitalphotos.net.
.net. And the way that you're using that is a terrific tip, because a lot of people have problems with finding good pictures that they can share that are not going to get them into trouble. And that's one of the things that Matthew Shuey's working on, and it was his blog post. So if you know where that blog post is, Melanie, if you would, if you don't mind, if you could find that and just throw that blog post link of Matthew's into the resource document. Because
I'm glad you corrected me, because I said it was Michael, but it's Matthew Shuey.
Yeah, Matthew Shuey. Yep,
Matthew
yep,
Shuey.
yep. But it's a very good post, and he is growing. He's working on a site that's going to take care of problems like that. It's going to help a lot of Google Plus guys out. So go check out Matthew Shuey and follow him, and there'll be a link. Is that okay? Can you put a link to that in the document, in the resource document?
Yeah, I'll get those things together right after we close the broadcast.
Oh, bless you. You're so wonderful. Cool. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to talk about, or I got to kind of wrap it up right now?
Yeah, I think we covered a lot. These three topics were particularly, because we're not a sincere user, deep user of the do share and some of the other things. We can only touch on some things, but but at least we're sharing the resources for those who want more.
Well, let me tell you about the do share. If you go to the resource document, I've pulled 2 videos for you on how to schedule your Google Plus post with do share, and if you click that link in the resource document, that'll take you to a Google Plus presentation document where those YouTube videos are embedded into it. So, and there's 2 of them, and I think one of them's about 3 minutes, and the other one's fairly short too. But one of them shows you one of them shows you how to download it from the beginning, and I think it goes all the way through to how to use it. The other one starts, it's already been downloaded, and he's just showing you how you go through and use it to share. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking for a step-by-step, that's available to you at the resource document. Just go click on the link where it says video, how to schedule your Google Plus post with do share, and those videos are there for you. So hope you enjoy it.
Very good. Cool.
Well, thank you, Meloney, so much, and thank you, Gunnar, and thank you, Mo. I really appreciate you guys asking questions. And sorry Tammy wasn't able to make it. That would have been fun. And thank you so much. And Meloney, if you want to say your last sign off, or we'll.
Yeah, well, thank you, Tom. I really am enjoying being with you and Dustin on Tuesdays. This has opened my world up as far as learning more details about things, and I love hearing the stories and the experiences of things that work and things that don't work so well, and because that saves me a lot of time. If someone else has been there, done that, then I can say, well, why do I want to do that if it doesn't work? So I think it's terrific. So thank you very much for the invite, the weekly invite. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for being so gracious. We learn a lot of stuff from you too, so it's just a wonderful thing all the way around, and we appreciate you. And we always have some fun. I hope our audience has some fun, and bring your friends. And we'll try and answer your question. We'll try and keep it short and sweet, but the more questions you ask, the more people have those questions, and it helps a lot of people out. So we really appreciate your questions. So again, Mo and Gunnar, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys next week, same time, same channel. And that's every Tuesday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just change that to whatever time you are. And I messed it up last week, but I think we got it right this week, and we'll try and get it right in the future too. So thank everybody so much, and y'all have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.